Are we fucking rolling? Because it is lit. I almost set the mic off. All right, wait a minute. I can't be silly from the rip. I'll name this podcast later. Episode number 24. I'm your host, Jump Off Joe BZ, and I still have Marisa Mendez the Body and Rory here for some reason I still don't know. Rory's still dressed like classic man. Classic boy. Classic kid. Madi's birthday was recently. Oh, yeah, yesterday. Wow. So she retweeted 500 birthday compliments. She's sitting here with no makeup, horrible hair, and shades on, and she looks like pure shit.
Thank you. I love you,
so I just wanted to give people a graphic of the room, number one. Number two, we want to talk about some important things very briefly. And I say brief because I'm going to spend this whole podcast talking about the same exact shit. All right. So a couple of key important things. I want to say rest in peace to Bobby Christina. My prayers and condolences to her family, friends, 100%. And loved ones. She passed away this week. Very sad. I read something. I'm not sure. Don't quote me. That they're investigating to see if this was a homicide.
Yes.
That's what I read. Again, I'm not sure because we never fact check on this show. But rest in peace to her and her family and her loved ones. That's number one. Number two, Bill Cosby is still a creep. Nothing has changed. That is exactly the same. I don't think there's anything else that needs to be said on him. You guys want to add?
No, he's a rapist.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And number three, Sandra Bland was murdered. I don't care what the doctored papers say. And I still want to see a side-angled mugshot. I've been in jail a few times, and they make you take side-angled mugshots. They say, can you please face to the right? Can you please face to the left? And I have yet to see that. I still think she was laying down. I still think everything about that is fishy, and that's very important.
And you said there was a video, too, of one of the cops disposing of something in the garbage can, like looking around to make sure no one was looking at him as the EMT is going into her cell. So I don't know. I want to know what that was, too.
All my mugshots have my regular clothes on. I'm not in an orange jumpsuit.
They did release another mugshot from that place, and the guy had an orange jumpsuit on too.
Well, if you go on the website,
all the people have their regular clothes.
I saw over 500 pictures of people with regular clothes on. Mm-hmm. I want to wait because this is very important. Rest in peace, Sandra Bland and her family. Strong, intelligent black woman. I would like to wait until some more information is released, but we will get back on that topic because that is extremely important. Mm-hmm. And if I'm reading correctly, a few more black people have died while in the custody of police this week.
Yeah, there's one in Cleveland. I saw.
Yeah, it's horrible. I don't want any of these things to go overlooked or unnoticed.
And I don't want it to be forgotten. I want the media to keep fucking talking about it and being hounded and get some fucking answers.
So now that all of the business is out of the way, it's lit! Oh my fucking God! I could not wait to get here today. I couldn't. I'll be honest. You know what? Let me just have a moment of real talk with you guys for a minute. When I say you guys, I mean the listeners, not Rory and Marisa. We record this podcast on Tuesdays, right? And what happens is we come in, we record a podcast, and every fucking week it feels like clockwork. Tuesday night, shit goes down. So last week we did the podcast and we focused on Ghostface and Action Bronson and a few other things, but that was our focus. And sure enough, Tuesday night, it fucking goes down. I don't know where to begin. I don't know where to start. There's so many moving parts to this. I don't know if I should start from now, and work my way backward, because I really do feel like all of this started with this podcast.
You could make an argument that it definitely started from
Someone
this podcast.
said that today on Twitter.
100% this started with this podcast. But we won't start from there.
Hashtag podcast.
We will go backward. I'm going to spend this entire show talking about what everyone else who loves hip-hop is talking about. So if you do not want to hear that, I suggest you cut this podcast off right now. So where do we start? Last night. Whoa! It was wonderful. It was fucking great. I fucking sat by the radio and I remembered how much I missed sitting by a radio.
Yeah.
While I was waiting for a Meek response, right? I'm sitting there with me and some women company and Amani, and I had to run to the store. I didn't want to miss anything. I downloaded some app, caught radio on in the car. I don't even listen to FM radio, but I was glued to the radio. Some of you millennials may not may not have been old enough to remember a time where that was a regular occurrence in hip-hop. So that felt really, 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 really good. Now, I want to backtrack to a few days ago. I tweeted, but I deleted the tweet because I didn't want blogs to pick up my tweet and make headlines that didn't exist out of my tweet. But I tweeted, if I have to be a prophet, Nicki will not let Meek respond. And Drake is saving the hard shit for round 2. Mm-hmm. Then Funkmaster Flex, after I tweet that, starts I tweet that Funkmaster Flex starts promoting that Meek will be on his show Monday night, 7 p.m. That makes sense. The tour was in Jersey, I believe.
And New York, yeah.
And New York. So that made all the sense in the world to me, and I was ready to be proven incorrect. So I sit by the radio, I sit, and I hear a bunch of bullshit. I quickly was reminded of why I do not listen to FM radio. I don't want to offend Monty the Body because she works for Hot. I have plenty of friends at Hot, but that's just my own personal preference to listen to ESPN radio. I just like sports that way.
I'll offend when you're done.
Huh?
I'll offend when you're done.
Oh, well, go ahead. Jump right in. Have a blast.
Well, if we're going backtrack and talking about today, Ebro got on this morning to defend Flex and to respond to the Breakfast Club who made Flex Donkey of the Day.
Which I saw coming a mile away.
Of course. At what point do you just take the L and say, hey, we promised you this record, and it could be Meek's fault?
Yeah, but there's no reason to take an L. It is Meek's fault. If he promised Flex the record, Flex is not just going on there to make some shit up. They promised Flex the record, and somebody behind the scenes pulled the plug, maybe Kaiser, maybe one of them, that said, no, you're not responding to him, leave it alone. And Meek no longer had a record.
Now, wait a minute.
But sometimes it's better to just shut the fuck up and say, hey, we were wrong.
Let me interject here. Marty, I know that you work for Hot, but are you able to have this conversation objectively?
Yes. They took a major L. I get that, but I just don't like how people are slandering Flex like, oh my God, he did that for ratings and he did that for this and that and he's stupid. No, Flex did what he does. Like he was promised a record or an interview, whatever the situation was, I do not know, and went on to promote it like he should, and then it was Meek and then that backed out of the end of the deal. Like,
can I ask you a question? Let's hypothetically say DJ Clue said, I have a diss record from Meek at 7 p.m. DJ Clue backs out and does not drop this record. Is Ebro in the morning show slandering Power 105 the exact same way Charlamagne did to Flex?
No.
I disagree.
No, they never talk about Power.
And I will
They
say,
never talk about Power.
They're not going to sit there and slander about their L.
Well, let me interject here and add a few points. If Hot 97 people have ever slandered Power people, it may have been once in a blue moon.
Right.
I certainly don't know it to be a regular occurrence. Maybe Rory does.
I disagree.
No,
I can pull up a lot of YouTube clips to prove that.
I'm talking about on air.
Yeah. YouTube clips of on air.
All right, well, you would have to show me that because as of right now, I have never really heard that. That's number one. Number two, and Flex is going to take a lot of this heat, and Hot 97 is going to take a lot of this heat because you are to be held accountable. And on the internet and to the fucking general public, we don't really want to use our brain and add logic to shit. We're going to get these jokes off.
And I get that.
That's really just the bottom line.
And I also understand that it may have not been Flex's fault. He was promised a record, Meek backed out. Meek should actually take the heat for this. But you have to understand when you are gassing for 2 hours on the radio that you are about to drop this record, and you don't drop this record, you should expect the backlash. You shouldn't be sitting there like, I'm surprised. Why is everyone talking about us?
No one said he's surprised.
Well, on top of that, it's the old saying goes, you don't spend money before you get it.
Right.
Flex promoted hard, which I thought was a little weird because Meek sent that tweet that said Hot 97 is on my shit list or whatever the fuck he said. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
But Flex promoted hard, and I'm certain that what he did was just like a normal occurrence. I'm sure artists have hit him and said, I have some shit. He promotes, and you rely on the artist to give you some shit. Now, common sense tells me that if there is not a Meek record, there certainly was going to be one.
Right.
It doesn't take much fucking brain power to come to that conclusion. Common sense also tells me, but I do get common sense is not common. Common sense also tells me somebody, I don't know who, pulled the plug on that one. And not pulled the plug as in hit Flex directly, because Flex was saying throughout the night, I'm still waiting on an email. He just never got it. They deaded that shit before. They deaded that shit fast. I don't know if this was Nicki speaking some sense into Meek. I don't know if this was Hove. I don't know. And I will say I have my own privileged information that Hove has hit people before and advised them against this type of behavior. I won't say who. I won't say what beef, but he has done that. Is Meek on Rock Nation or have any
affiliation? He is a Rock Nation
to
for
Rock
management,
Nation?
yes.
Okay, and now mind you, I'm just throwing out things here. I'm not saying any of this with any certainty. I can't, we don't fact check here. No. I don't know if this was Kaiser, the good people over at Atlantic, but Flex was shouting out Young Sav, who I know from when I was on Def Jam, who works for MMG.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that he had some type of communication going on. That never came, and the jokes flew. And boy, did I enjoy them. I am so fucking petty. I enjoyed every one of these fucking jokes toward Flex, toward Hot, toward fucking everybody. Now, I will say 105 seems to harp on Hot's failure.
They love it. They've
Of course
built
they do.
their foundation off of that.
But why?
Because
I don't agree with it, but that's another thing. No one really cares about this radio beef.
I think is
except for
it
them.
just us in New York? Like,
I don't really think New York cares about
No, New York
it,
doesn't
yeah,
care.
to be
they
honest.
actually
Nobody-
don't. You're right.
nobody
It's just us, right?
Yeah, I don't.
Inside.
Now, I remember Power when, they were playing commercial-free music for
10 days,
12
right? When
months.
they started off,
12
that was
months to get people to fucking
Yeah.
listen.
to flip
and-
the switch was their thing. Flip the switch. So
Yeah,
they started on literally on like Get Away from Hot 97, Come to Us. That was literally what they built it on.
Yeah. Now, looking at their ascension, I wouldn't, me personally, but I'm not in radio, I wouldn't harp on the competition's failures. That's me. But they seem to do that a lot for whatever the reason be. I don't really give a fuck, so I won't spend too much time
And
on
that
that.
was Ebro's gripe this morning, was just like, we all get it. The jokes are going to fly. They deserve to fly. But it's like, why the fuck every single time do y'all just ride on us? Like, why do y'all care so much about what happens over here? Like, care about what y'all do. If Power had a fail, they're not sitting there talking about it. Do they make references? Yes, Rory, as far as they've talked about Power, but they oftentimes when they're speaking about it is when shit is coming back to them. Like when Power said some shit about them, then they'll be like, oh yeah, they was over there talking da-da-da-da, and then they'll kind of leave it alone. They don't base their shows around let's make fun of whatever.
I don't want to spend too much time on Power versus Hot because I don't care about that.
Yeah, it
and
is.
I don't want people to think that I care
Nor
about
do
that. But lastly, I will say this: Ebro, right? What I do respect about Ebro, loyalty is admirable and attractive. Wrong, right, or indifferent, Ebro is loyal to his people. He rode with C.
As is Flex.
He rode with Flex. Countless times I've seen Ebro ride for his people, even when he lacked all the information.
Or knew they were wrong.
yeah, that is attractive. I'll end that portion with that. Now, on to Drake. Charged Up. What do we think?
I thought it was perfect.
Yep. And it just showed he was like, I'm going to just throw this out and show you.
I think Drake has things recorded already that are much more, quote, charged up than that record.
That's what I'm hearing.
But it was perfect. It was right to the point. Meek went off on all this Twitter tangent. And as a Twitter joke said, Drake replied with K.
Right. That was literally it. He was like, okay.
Yeah, the irony here is the guy that you accused of not writing his rhymes
Rapped.
quickly rapped.
And then you tweeted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to look at yourself as a rapper and ask, why am I continually talking about this person rapping? And then I don't rap.
I don't think that I didn't love Charged Up. I didn't love it, but that's me and the rapper in me. But I understood it. I understood that You just jab them real quick. A quick jab. We're not gonna put all our eggs in this basket.
Just maybe 2.
But if you entertain this fuck nigga, you know what's gonna come.
Yeah, and I don't think Meek wants it with Drake.
I want to know what the fuck really happened that really set Meek off like that, because this is not about a written verse. Some shit really happened.
I don't know about that.
You don't think so? I really, really think. Although Meek is just a loose cannon.
Meek is emotional.
Yeah.
He needs some media training.
Meek
Nah,
is
I don't even
emotional.
think- I think he's
Meek
beyond that.
is young. I think that gets lost too. Meek is what, 25?
Yeah, I think somewhere
No.
around there. 26? No, he's
Definitely
young.
27 to 28.
No, he's
Meek
younger
is
than
not
me.
27,
Yeah.
28. And if he is, his industry age is younger than that. Are we fact checking?
We can fact check.
Okay, Rory's checking to see how old Meek is. And even if he's 27, he's still young. That's young. So he's emotional.
Meek is 28 years old.
28?
Yeah, according to his Wikipedia page.
Oh, he's
Born May 6th, 1987.
87 babies, what up?
he's too old to behave that way if he's 28.
I agree.
All right, so we'll stick with he's emotional. He's emotional. We've seen him behave this way before with his label mate, Wale.
Yeah, often not tweeting an album link cover.
Yeah, his tweets, and that's kind of what started my my initial Meek rant that got me in all of this fucking trouble, however many weeks ago it was, is that I've been around some street niggas before. I've been around street niggas that have been in love. I've been around street niggas that treat their girls like the universe. And it just is different. It looks different. Something is different. And I can't be the only one that notices this, because Drake sure enough said, "You seem starstruck."
Starstruck. Yep.
And that is very appropriate. He seems entirely too excited. You already have the girl.
You're acting like you lost her.
She's yours. Like, you win. And his behavior here has...
Safari had some lines in there too.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get. Listen, we're gonna dissect this shit down to the fucking bare root. You got the girl. What do I know? I don't fucking understand it. But where was I? Oh, Drake's diss. So now tonight, right? Tonight, which is, we record on Tuesday. So today is Tuesday, but it's Wednesday for you guys because you guys are listening. Mm-hmm. Nicki's tour is in Toronto.
So let's see if Meek even gets across the border. 'Cause
Tuesday
we do know there will be issues.
night.
Yes.
Oh man, I wish that we could record this podcast after the fact.
Yep.
Because we've seen clips of Meek having choice words for Drake
on stage in Jersey, in New York, and VA. Nothing yet.
Let me ask you two, does he have this moment in Toronto?
It's such a weird situation because that is not going to be met well. But no, not even, because I figure the Nicki fans that are packing the stadium have to also be Drake fans, because they are like kind of a package deal as far as that goes. And you're in Toronto. I think he'd be in a really dumb space if he did that. I don't think he's that crazy. Roars?
Drake clearly has the support of Toronto and reciprocates that very well.
Yes.
If he says that shit in Toronto, it will be met with
I think he
boos.
will be booed off the stage.
Well, no, he's going to get booed off stage regardless.
Yeah.
Not off the stage, but he will be met with boos in Toronto. Mm-hmm. But, Drake is supported out there, and his woes will be present. His woes will be there.
All of the woes.
Does Meek get emotional when these boos are met?
Wait, time
and
out.
says something?
Time out. Let me backtrack. I don't know if these are Drake's woes or Quentin's woes. Somebody's woes. I don't know.
Jab,
Could be Quentin's woes. But and let's get off Meek for a little bit, because I want to talk about that too. I want to
talk about Ghostwriting.
My problem with this, right?
So much to talk about.
Yeah, there is. My problem with this whole Drake ghostwriting, Drake Quentin versus Meek thing is, and I'm going to be honest here, I think this is a beef that Meek can win. I know I'm in the minority.
You think Meek versus Drake, Meek can win?
Because he comes from the battle rap era?
I think he can win this. And when I say win, let me explain here. Mm-hmm. I think he can come out with a larger fan base and larger support than he already has.
Oh, yeah, win overall. For sure. Yeah.
Do I think that Meek is a better rapper than Drake or whoever is penning Drake's rhymes when Drake delivers them? Of course not.
No.
No way. No.
Track for track.
We don't have to go track for track.
No, I'm not saying discography. I'm saying just if they were to each do 2 diss records, Drake is 2-0 in that.
Yep.
See, now time out. I don't know. I know Drake is a better rapper. If there were
He's a wittier rapper too.
If there were someone who could put a chink in the armor, I believe it would be someone who the streets admire. Mm-hmm. Meek has that. It would be someone who is extremely energetic. Mm-hmm. Meek has that. It would be someone with industry support. Meek has that.
Yep.
And the beat that Meek would pick would be an aggressive beat to match his style of rapping. Mm-hmm. I think Meek is the polar opposite of all the shit that Drake does, and I think that styles make fights.
And which is why it would be a great battle, and why I was hoping that he would release the record yesterday.
So if Meek chose to get on some shit...
Yo, wouldn't it be nuts if he fucking performed the record in Toronto?
Well, he's not going to do that.
Yeah, but that would be crazy.
If Meek decided to get on some shit over a hard-ass beat, this would be entertaining. This would be even more entertaining, I would say. Mm-hmm. But I was talking to someone from Drake's camp who shall remain anonymous, and I'm saying, hey, dog, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm waiting on the Meek diss. Uh-huh. And they said, ain't no Meek diss. Ain't getting that. I said, well, what makes you sound so sure of that? And he said, well, what's he going to say? What can he possibly say?
That's what I was thinking
about
about. What can
Drake?
you do except say, like, you're soft with the bitches, but then it's like, hello, you are the king of being soft with the bitches right now. So
I personally think there's a million things to be said.
You think so? I think that's the only thing that could be said.
You know what? And this is part of the problem. When it comes down to, like, battling and dissing each other, your skill set is the number one priority. Both of these gentlemen are successful, and this is the reason why Drake is even acknowledging the rumors that he doesn't write his own shit. You're talking about someone who can't ask for any more. 1 million number one hits, worth $75 million, at the top of his fucking game. Like, the fact that he is accused of not writing, if you take away Drake and his likability, if that's said about anyone else, that's a pretty big dent.
Yeah.
I think the way Meek went about it was off, and that kind of ruined some of the effect. And I think if he says that, if he were to say that in a diss record,
on a record,
you know,
he should have fucking done.
Would have been, yeah.
This has a lot more flair. But again, he didn't do that. Now on to Drake and ghostwriting. Do you guys care?
I don't, because I don't feel like that's a big deal. Like, I know he still writes some of his shit. Like, it's not that he's not writing anything. I've been around artists that are phenomenal fucking writers, and I've been in sessions where they're like, yo, we just can't get the fucking single. We can't get the single. At this point, we'll take any, like, we'll let somebody else write it. Like, it's fine. And they'll have that done. And these are people that I know for sure are writers. So
I want to keep this in context. You're not talking about the same thing. Everybody in the universe has had help.
No, but I'm talking about they've taken full songs. Like, they've taken a full bar, verse, hooks songs because they can't get the single.
Snitch on him. Who was it?
No, I'm not. I wouldn't do that.
I was about to say,
No.
I would love to hear.
I've seen
Which
that.
one is this?
Now, whoever these people are that you speak of, do they put any credence toward being the best rapper?
No.
Okay, so we're still not having the same conversation.
Right, because Drake does.
Drake cares.
Yeah.
Drake cares. Because I asked myself, I said, why do we care about Drake not writing some shit and we don't care about Kanye not writing some shit?
Which I was going to get into.
I've never heard Kanye claim to be the best rapper.
Actually, I feel like
I've never
You
heard
could
it.
probably pull up a clip.
Best rapper?
He's
Rapper, not artist.
He's bragged about having the best verse ever. He tweeted it.
That's different.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's different. That's not my argument.
Well, that's what I asked on
true.
Twitter. I said, everyone that was killing Drake, I said, are y'all Kanye West fans? And nobody got it. Everyone's like, yeah, of course.
I think. See, when I talk music, I'm not really talking to the casual fan. So the casual fan may not know.
Well, that's where I'm torn in this argument
That
because
Kanye doesn't write his shit. I mean, I don't know. You're
wouldn't
torn why?
Because if we're talking rapping, yes, that matters. A ghostwriter matters. But if we're talking about artistry, and Drake has such a wide discography of type of music, he's not like a Meek where you're just going to get bars on an album. He's an artist. So him having a ghostwriter kind of, you can teeter on either line. But if we're talking rappers, who are the best rappers, yeah, you have to put that ghostwriting thing into this conversation. If he has a ghostwriter, I don't know if you can put him in that best rapper category. Best artist, 100%. He could be the best artist of this modern generation.
When I heard that Drake did not write 10 bands, or when the reference was leaked, and I heard the actual verse to 10 bands, I was shocked, but I didn't really care.
Yeah.
Well, all the records that this guy, Quentin Miller, allegedly wrote, I hate. They're not in my favorite Drake songs. So that's why I also didn't care.
Well, do we know all the records that he allegedly wrote?
The 5 that were put on, if you're reading this now, the image that was on Twitter, the 5. It was 10 bands, 6 man.
But yeah, the ones that
head.
Quentin is actually credited for.
Whoever wrote Take Care, get him back. I like
That's
that
what
Drake.
I was saying too. Like Quentin Miller's not even been around for that long around the Drake camp, so it's not like he's
if you
writing
tell me
shit.
that Quentin Miller wrote Drake's "Stay Scheming" verse, I'm gonna care.
Yeah, I would agree.
If you tell me that Quentin Miller wrote 5 a.m. in Dallas, 9 a.m. in is it 9 a.m. in Toronto?
5
Which
a.m.
one?
Toronto, 9 a.m. in Dallas.
Yeah, I'm getting times confused.
Yeah.
And the New York one, or Lord knows, or any of the joints where Drake is just wilding and going crazy.
Napping.
Then I'm a bit more invested in this. I don't. 10 bands is not to be used as evidence in your case to be the best rapper.
And also, I think on comeback season and So Far Gone, there was not anyone that would be writing for him, and he was rapping on both of those projects.
Now, when I heard that there was a reference track for Blessings,
well, that's what Flex said on the radio
I was alarmed
yesterday.
Flex trolled us twice.
And then played Blessings. I was like, oh shit, he gonna let the Drake verse
heard,
rock and then the reference, and he didn't.
Someone said that my girlfriend that was listening to the show, she said he kept mentioning cease and desist. So I'm wondering if that's what he said. Like he got a cease and desist for playing the reference tracks, maybe from Drake's camp.
I'm hearing Drama is the person with these reference tracks.
Yeah, I saw somebody tweeted Drama today and said let that Rico track go.
That is what I'm seeing. Now, I believe half of what I see, none of what I hear. Mm-hmm. But hypothetically speaking, if there were a reference for Blessings, yeah, you get me to bite a bit. I would be disappointed. I would need to hear it though.
Yeah,
I need to hear it. I need to hear it word for word. I'm torn. I'm torn in this. I have to take Drake. I have to not consider him one of the best lyricists because you add up your accolades matter in that argument.
Yeah.
And even if I don't like the songs necessarily, all 5 or 6 records on that fucking If You're Reading This Is Too Late, those helped to achieve said accolades. Yep. You broke all types of fucking records. Just So Long We're Going Home.
They said Majid Jordan wrote that.
Majid Jordan definitely.
Yeah, well,
let me not say definitely, but
that's
if you're a fan of
different.
Majid
That's a
Jordan,
sing song.
that's a lot.
So.
Yeah, but time out. It is a sing song. However, it was the lead single that catapulted that album or helped to catapult that album to reach its success.
But a lot of singers don't always write their songs.
We don't care about that.
About
When Drake talks about him being the best rapper, he has a case because of his accolades. Most number ones ever. How long did it really take me?
Right.
Hold On, We're Going Home is in that list.
Mm-hmm. He was vocal about writing that record.
Was he?
When that came out, I'm obviously going to misquote it, but to paraphrase, he said that him and 40 went into the studio and wanted to create a record that was of timeless music, something that could play at a wedding.
Oh, that's right. I did see that. Yep.
So he did talk about writing this record.
That's not necessarily writing. That's just meaning.
When me and 40 went in the studio, we wanted to create this.
Yeah, well, that doesn't
Well,
mean...
they could have wanted to create
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
And then call
Here,
fucking
make this record that sounds really good,
Jordan
bro.
and, hey.
I love Magic Jordan, by the way. They are great.
Yeah, I do too. There have been weekend interviews where he admits to giving Drake a few records, Crew Love being one of them.
Absolutely.
Damn it, what's the other one? I got a fucking brain freeze just that fast.
He was on the ride, but that's just him harmonizing in the back. And Drake put his foot in the ass of that record. And I really hope he wrote that. Because that's probably one of my favorite Drake records.
Damn, there was another one that was really important. Oh, Take a Shot. Shot for me. Shot for me. Shot for me.
Okay.
Shot for me was the other one. I love Shot for me.
You would.
I love R&B Drake.
Yeah,
I do too.
I do.
It's so cool. It's like two very different people, but at the same time.
Well, to the people that don't know, I love R&B music.
Of course, yeah. We know.
Probably more than rap music. But yeah, I love R&B Drake. I do. But I'm a rapper, so I love rapping as well. So I don't know. I don't know if I can keep him on.
Where was he before this came out?
I don't know because I never really tried to make the list.
Who?
Yeah.
Where was who?
Where was Drake on the
in
list?
your list?
He was high.
Of this generation, I would put him at the most important rapper. And by generation, I'm putting a smaller gap on that of the last 10 years.
Now that you say that,
of the last 10 years.
Now that you say that, Kendrick on King Kunta mentioned ghostwriting.
Yeah, someone said they were wondering if he
Pusha
was
T
alluding
mentioned
to
it a long time ago.
Pusha T said this years ago.
Yeah.
Hove don't pass the crown too soon unless you have a crown for every writer in the room. He went on to say more, but boy, those bars are much more relevant now.
And very specific.
And boy, do they sting a lot harder now that
Push is fucking
all of this has manifested. Where do you put Drake?
On a top 5 ever list or just
No.
Yeah, like of
I
this
was like,
generation.
hey, slow down. I put him up there with Ye of this generation.
Yeah, for everything too. Artistry, influence.
Kanye would be his only competition, really, right?
I would say so.
Yeah.
But I also do think Drake definitely changed how modern rap music sounds. But I don't think it would have happened without 808s and Heartbreaks. I think that was actually the catalyst to So Far Gone, which then changed the sing-songy rap era that we're in now, where there's much more
just read an
melodies.
article about that.
Well, me and you have had this debate countless amount of times, and I attribute 808s to the Love Below.
Oh, well,
yeah.
100%. I mean, if we're gonna go back
Yeah,
that far,
I got Love Below influencing all that shit.
well, yeah, I agree with that. But I will
birthed
say
that which birthed the next.
the sounds on 808s were much more modern to the time.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Kanye is doing 808s without the Love Below. I can't really attest to that. But yeah, I think 808s was the catalyst to Drake sounding like he is now. So that's where I can't give Drake changing modern music without putting Kanye above him.
And be clear, I don't say Drake and Kanye are competing to discredit any other rapper. I'm aware of J. Cole. I'm aware of Kendrick, and their successes.
Of course.
But I think that Drake transcends the genre.
Yeah, it's a different
The
level.
way that Kanye transcends the genre. And while I have all the love, respect, and admiration for Cole and Kendrick and their pen games and what they bring, because it's very reminiscent of some of the things I have said at one time that I would like to bring. It's amazing what they're doing. My grandfather, who knows about Drake, doesn't quite know about Kendrick.
Right.
My mom, who knows about Drake, may or may not know about Kendrick or J. Cole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't say that as a slight to anybody. Please don't start fucking misconstruing my words.
I mean, already I'm sure this.
I'm stupid that
because we talked about.
I think that should be go unsaid, but people are stupid. So I guess we do have to.
I also think it should go
as you're
unsaid.
mentioning this, I'm like, wouldn't everyone know we're not
No.
discrediting them?
No.
Joe Budden says that Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole are whack, and they don't make anybody's list.
Yeah. I don't want anybody doing any of that. But Drake's run started when 08 or 9.
Well, 08 was So Far Gone was 09.
Was 09.
So
he definitely had a bit of a buzz before that with comeback season.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. Comeback season.
I mean, no, but he had
Both
like the Trey Songz record. Like he was kind of. They were talking
If y'all
about
don't
it.
knock it off, would y'all stop it?
No, I think
His
he
run
had a buzz.
started in 09.
Yeah, come on. We don't have
But
to
Drake's
argue just to
season
argue.
began. Yeah.
Sometimes I like
One
that.
best I
fucking
ever
argue.
One best I ever had was picking up steam in like the winter 09, early 09, and then he dropped the record. And I remember when he did SOBs, and that was kind of like after that you knew he would never go back to SOBs again.
And let me just say, way back when I was doing Joe Budden TV, I did interview Drake on Joe Budden TV. And I told him that you're going to get dissed and you will have to reply. And he said, no, that ain't really my thing, man. Nigga, if you get the fuck out of here,
You're
man.
a rapper.
Yeah, you have to reply to shit like this. I personally would like to hear, I want to see Meek engage this, man.
I really
do.
this could be like some really dope back and forth. We can get some dope records out of this shit.
Because I want to hear what else Drake has to say.
Does this discredit Meek as a rapper? We're saying discredit to Drake. But if you're on stages and on Twitter talking about rapping and you do not rap after someone just rapped to you, are we now discrediting him? Because I do.
And let me tell you something, man.
It's not a good look.
Listen,
That to me discredits you as a rapper.
But
let me put my rapper hat on for 2 seconds here. I know some of you people out there forget that I'm a rapper.
I really hope he disses you when he disses Drake.
oh my God, wouldn't that be
I
fucking
really hope.
amazing?
That was a beautiful segue to where I'm going.
Okay.
Everybody is not built for that. Everybody is not built for dissing someone on a beat and that stage and the totality of all of that fucking, all that constitutes that. I don't know that Meek is. Like, people keep saying, oh, he was a battle rapper. Alrighty then.
Yeah,
that
but
doesn't mean too much to me.
that's actually two very separate things, and that's actually the problem with
100%.
battle rappers often is they can't make a good record. So yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't impressed when Meek dissed Cassidy on beat. That did nothing for me at all. In fact, there's a large group of people that say Cassidy got the better end of that exchange. But that's neither here nor there. That's one. I know because Drake is considered to be very soft, people don't think he has it in him, but I refer to Stay Scheming. And he sent a bunch of subliminals.
Yeah, to Common and yeah.
He sent them to Kendrick. He sent them to Ye. He sent them to fucking Hove. Drake has plenty of subliminals out there. Shout out to Hove, who is the subliminal king. I'm sure he fucking got some of that from him. So I don't know that Meek is built for that. I just don't. I have to see it. I have to see it to believe it. Now, there are a few rappers who anxiously await for another MC to say their name on a song or over a beat. Let me see if I just have to throw some names out there.
Joe Budden.
Right.
Oh no, I'm 100% on that list. Which, all right, I'll confess. Here, confession time with Joe Budden. Part of the reason I waited by that radio was because I did need to see if he were stupid enough to just mention my name.
Can't wait. I hope he does.
I don't
See it
think.
ignite the beef.
I don't think he will, but it doesn't matter. I'm already about 70 bars in on him.
There's your blog headline.
Yeah, I'm already about 70 bars in on him.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, they all might not see the light of day because I just like to write. I like to write, and I like to fuck when I'm inspired, and he inspired me, and yeah, I'm already halfway done with him. In the event that my name would have been said, I would be in the studio right now instead of recording this podcast, and I would have a reply out fucking this morning.
Well, if you don't rap them, sell them to Drake.
He might take them.
No, Drake doesn't need my help. Drake doesn't need my help.
I'm
he's got
positive,
that.
yeah.
He's got that under wraps.
Actually, I know he does. So
Game is another one. You say you mentioned Game on a song. he replies
He enjoys that
rather
shit.
quickly. Some of us enjoy this. My peer,
Eminem?
my coworker, Royce is that way as well. M today, no.
Yeah, today no, but back
No.
then M would have.
No, not M today. I'm sure some names are escaping me. But there are a few rappers out there who really fucking thrive off that shit.
It's enjoyable.
I have no idea.
It's part of
If
rap.
this could really be like some real good back and forth, like this will really be like the Jay and Nas shit. That'll be really amazing. We got some good records off of that too.
As petty as I am here, I am extremely happy that tension is back in hip hop.
Yeah, it's really a good feeling. Like it's just fun as a listener and as a fan to like watch this shit. It's dope.
I'm very excited that all of the rappers are not playing nice and getting along and doing collaborations and all of this fuckity fuck shit. Like this is one of the elements of fucking hip hop to me. And I don't know when we all became so sensitive
Kumbaya.
and fucking friendly and we are the world, we are the children, but this is fucking wonderful. I wish I could instigate it somehow.
I'm wondering what this is doing as far as Nicki and Drake's relationship go.
Well, that's the other thing here.
Which we do need to talk
We'll
about.
start.
Taylor Swift.
We'll start with. Do we care about
who gives a
that?
shit about that?
My only comment with that, and I could be wrong, don't kill me. I thought it was odd. Nicki may do a lot of things for social issues with black people. I just don't know of them. I could be wrong. But I do find it a bit odd that the only time you're vocal about black issues is when you're getting an award.
Okay, well, she may be egotistical and self-centered and self-absorbed. I think if anybody told me that she were all of those things, I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah. Again, she could. I could
She
be
does
completely
tweet
wrong.
about it, and she's tweeted about all the
she
issues.
could.
Yes,
Okay, I could be wrong.
They've been
I
printed.
was just-
They've
again,
brought
I'm
them back.
asking.
You know Marissa's a barb.
Yeah. I was just curious. It was just odd that now she was vocal about black issues when it was about her getting an award. That's where I was just a little thrown off.
Well, my thing is, shit, she just got fucking, they gave her a BET award and she had no idea why the fuck she got it. And
Guys
she,
are like reading
and she
every
got up
argument
there
that was
and
tweeted.
sounded extremely arrogant and said, oh my God, what is this for again? Like, my nigga, really? Like, really? So now so you give.
I mean,
give me-
her argument was off. Because she claimed racism, and it's just like, dude, Beyonce's in there and like mad other people. It's not racism.
Yeah, none of it made sense.
But I do get that Anaconda was a very influential video, and I'm not quite sure why.
What?
that was.
Wait.
No, just as far as social media goes, I'm not saying it changed the world, but
that's another thing. The elephant in the room. There, we didn't watch that video for the video. We watched it because you want a thong.
no, of course, no, that doesn't. Yeah, but I'm just
And I
saying
think
it
it's
created
great.
a lot of memes and all types of shit, and it broke Vivo a
Marty,
Vivo record when it was
you gotta
released.
start having objective conversations.
No, I'm not. That's
That
not me
was not
being a
an
barb. I feel like her
influential-
argument was stupid as far as
That was an
her thing
influential video, Marty.
with social media. It didn't change the world. It was just very talked about, and it broke a record.
Everything is talked about on fucking social media.
It broke a record.
That video was influential. Should that video have been nominated for Best Video of the Year?
I think so.
Anyways, where were we going before I brought up Taylor Swift?
God, man.
Yeah, you look at us making you break off. We were talking about Nicki and Meek.
I would just like you to be
their
able to have
relationship.
objective conversations.
I am. I could be objective.
You're not stupid enough to think that that video should be nominated for Video of the Year.
Yeah, and I also think
No,
that
you're not.
the
No,
one
you're
with
not.
Beyonce should have been. Why does this keep going out? Yeah, I do.
I agree with Rory. Nobody gave a fuck about that video outside of Nicki Minaj and a thong shaking her ass.
Which was great. I'm not
And
complaining.
and even that wasn't so groundbreaking. We've seen that before. Like,
Valid.
We've seen it. Why are we nominating this? Like, let's call a fucking spade here.
Yeah, and someone would argue that she's making sure that thicker women are in the media,
Oh,
but I
please.
No.
yeah, I
Jennifer
don't,
Lopez
knock
has been
it
doing
off.
that since 99,
you
98.
wanted a lot of views for a record that was not good, and you got it. So you were successful in that sense, but no, that was not an influential video.
Listen, Nicki is great enough in some other areas to not have to worry about
Nicki is an amazing artist.
Anaconda. Now, we'll start with Safari. Safari's diss record.
Oh, Lord,
I woke up to it.
Safari.
I woke up to it.
Why does he do
big
that?
My man SB. I'm not sure why he added his 2 cents to this. Well, yes, I am. I take that back. Yes, I am. I do know why he added his 2 cents. Oh, pardon me. So many layers to this. Let me see here. A few quick points. That was one of the worst diss record beats I've ever heard. I don't understand what's going on with these guys, man. Fucking Drake disses this nigga over fucking We're Not Making Love Anymore or some fucking R&B shit.
I like that beat, but we can continue.
You would like it. I'm just saying, when you think diss records, you think fucking aggressive, fucking say a nigga's name, something. Fuck. In fucking, oh man, whatever. But that SB beat, easily one of the worst beats I've ever heard over this record.
I think this is an older record. Like, he'd been recorded this. I feel like this is the one he's been promoting.
I'm Team Safari.
About.
He couldn't have been recorded this because Future's album came out 2 weeks ago.
Oh, that's right. He did say that. Okay, it was a different record then.
Yeah, this is recent.
Yeah, it was a different.
That beat ain't recent. And a nigga wasn't up in the studio chefing that up. Safari didn't go say, yo, I got these bars. Yo, I need you to cook up this beat for me.
I don't understand why, like, how that shit, like, how you think that sounded good before you released it.
He logged on to SoundClick. Found him a beat.
And like, I don't even want to be hating on somebody else for trying. Like, I appreciate that, but like, that's literally like not good. Like, it's truly bad.
He had some lines in there.
He did.
That were good lines.
Yeah, I'm only addressing the instrumentation.
Yeah,
that beat was horrible.
He said my dick print like doesn't.
Now, I want to tell him that part too. Yeah. You never want to talk about your dick print or another man's dick print, especially in hip hop, especially on a diss record. Yeah, that shit.
Safari, you're just making it
and you're
easier.
West Indian too.
Yeah, and you were just twerking.
What do they call them?
Which is fine because he's West Indian.
Yeah,
like I'm not stupid.
There's some dancing motherfuckers.
Yeah, they dance. So I mean, I don't mind that one bit at all. But when you couple that with talking about your dick print and someone else's dick print, I'm talking about dick prints too much and it's bothering me. So I'm off of this. Now he did have a few lines that were enjoyable. I was a little disappointed because he took a few ideas that were in my 70 bars, but it's okay.
He told me to eat a pear.
Well,
that was good though.
It was a reference to Rick Ross.
Yeah, I enjoyed
funny.
the reference of Ross and slimming down because of pears, and shout out to pears. I've also really enjoyed, not to backtrack, but I also enjoyed Ross tweeting that not knowing what the greater
the
than
greater
sign.
than and the less than sign.
I think we're finding out that some of the rappers we just cherish aren't the brightest.
And then Meek's response was like, Ross don't care about all that Twitter shit. He really with me. Like, okay, we get it, Meek.
I was well, let me finish this Safari shit first. Here are my thoughts. And I say this with some experience as someone who has some ex-girlfriends who I may have still loved after we were. I know that's a shocker.
Way.
Shocker
Joe
out there.
Come
Not
on.
Joe
Now,
Budden.
give yourself some more credit
No,
here.
no. I'm going to give it away. Here's some tea.
No. We're dead in that tea shit.
Oh, that was my first time saying it. We're going to dead it already?
No, it needs to be dead.
All right, fine. Here it is. Here's a headline for you. I, at some point, have had an ex that I may have still had some unresolved feelings for, right? This is what I think. I think that Nicki and Safari have some unresolved issues. I think they both still very much love each other.
Very, very much.
I think they both are still in love with each other. And I also know that when you don't care about something, you just don't care. Like, I'm really good at not caring. Which is why when everybody bashes me or says whatever the fuck they say and fucking people just do shit that doesn't pertain to me at all, I just don't care. Like, I don't give a fuck. Nicki speaks about this man entirely too much. Like a lot. And that stems from somewhere. I hate to put my therapist hat on, but that stems from some things being unresolved, and it stems from a place of hurt. Safari, I thought, has done a very good job with keeping quiet up until recently when he's got this new girl. I don't know her name because I don't care. But I do follow her on Instagram. I have followed her before this whole Safari shit. But and even he.
So what are you suggesting?
No, I'm just saying that I've been followed her. That's all. I'm not saying anything. I don't know her. I've never said a word to her.
All right.
But since she has popped up, he's been a bit more vocal about him and Nicki.
Absolutely.
And he even ended his diss track with, "You see my new bitch."
Mm-hmm.
So he's clearly very aware, and I can tell just listening to the diss track, he's very aware of social media and what's being said and what's happening. I think that if I were the significant other of either Nicki or Safari, not only would I feel away.
For real.
Couple red flags there.
I would be very concerned, especially Meek.
Well, if I'm
both of them.
Yeah. Really, both of them, yeah.
Well,
like, who wants to
from
just...
Nicki's end, if someone is leaving a 10 to 12 year relationship and immediately gets with me, I'm going to be wary of that person and her relationship towards me.
I just say Meek I would be more worried than old girl because it seems like they have a lot more invested into the situation. Him particularly. I don't know personally their other situation, but
well, that one is hard to read.
Right. I don't know the severity
because
of it.
they both are very successful recording artists.
Oh, that's
and I think that both Nicki and Meek feel like, or at some point or another, thought that their union
this is marketable. Yeah. I agree. And look, the tour is a prime example of
the
that.
All Eyes on Me video,
Right.
which was much better than I anticipated it being.
I gotta check it out.
I still haven't seen it.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, but it was one big commercial advertising their relationship.
It is a marketable situation.
I saw the video on Instagram. I don't need to see the video.
I saw a couple clips. Yeah.
No, I didn't see any clips.
Oh,
I've
their
just
love
seen
affair
it.
on Instagram. Got it.
Yeah, that would bother me. And it would make me feel some type of way that the person I'm with continues to speak about their ex. And not only would I would verbalize that. I'm not sure that Meek is, because as previously stated,
he could just be happy to be here.
If I have to guess, he's got plenty of reason to have an agenda.
Yeah.
And I'm just guessing. I don't know that he has one. He may really love her. Whatever. None of my business. I don't care.
You support black love. We know.
Yeah, I do. This other girl, Safari's chick, she seems pretty quiet. We haven't really heard.
I read that she did a credit card a scam with patient's info before to give it to her drug dealer.
All right, so she's a real nigga then.
Yeah. Basic shit, average shit.
I like her.
Yeah, I like her too. So
Need me a scammer, bitch.
I'm just saying, I would address these things. Like, when two people just appear to be so extremely happy and in love and everything's okie-dory and we're just...
Well, these things could have been addressed internally and we could have seen the outrage via Meek's tweets when he went off.
Well, on one of those...
These things could be brought up.
Well, on one of those tour stops, the energy and the chemistry between Nicki and Meek were off. I remember it. There was a clip... during that little part where they always come together and kiss, they didn't come anywhere near each other. They were damn near 20 feet away from each other.
Looking like Tribe Called
Oh,
Quest
that was
there.
the show after Meek did all the ghostwriting Drake shit.
Oh, right.
I remember that. They were very far apart, pardon me, from each other. And it looked off. They damn near, he didn't even look at her. They didn't even look at each other. Something was off. So we know, well, I know, because I use my brain actually, that something happened. Now, I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
But something happened.
Yo, okay, OLS3.
There's something happening here.
Something is.
Now, this puts Nicki in a weird predicament here.
It really does, and it seems as though, I mean, she's always been the type, always been the type. She seems like she's very, ride for my man, do whatever he says goes kind of thing. So even her using the Starstruck reference was interesting. I wasn't sure that was supposed to be not a jab toward Drake, but like a note to show what side she's on.
Do we know how close Drake and Nicki even are?
I know they once were. I've heard things of falling out in between times. So.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say this earlier. Do we really think that nothing has ever happened between Drake and Nicki Minaj?
I don't know.
In my opinion, with no evidence at all, Drake might have got that kill one night.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't know. But if I had to take a stab in the dark,
I feel like
I love this shit. Is great.
I feel like he would try
Marisa,
her.
shut the fuck up, because you're just gonna be a barb. Let me be fucking petty and get these jokes off. Listen, I don't know.
Get these blog headlines.
Yeah. Let me preface this with, hey, I don't have any intel.
None at all.
I don't know shit. I could be way off base. But if I had to take a guess here...
Listen,
I don't even know.
Petty laugh.
even if they have not had intercourse, I would put some money on some attraction being there
Agreed.
and it manifesting one night or 2 nights or
I don't
3
know.
nights or 4 nights or 5 nights or 6 nights. And I'm not saying any of this based on the Truth game that I played with Drake either. I'm just going out on a limb here.
All right. You know what?
I feel like
Where's the edit button?
I don't know if I could.
Why am I editing? I'm not saying any of this from that game. Hey, sidebar, Drake is really good at Truth.
You don't say.
That game makes me sweat.
He asks really good fucking truth questions. Like he asks questions.
albums are Truth or Truth.
Now I know how people feel about me playing Truth or Truth. He has very inappropriate questions that.
You are the king of the inappropriate questions.
He has questions that you should ask someone when you are alone, and he does them in front of people.
Yo, yes, you do that. When I brought that guy over one time, you made that shit so
for
uncomfortable.
For me, that is the point of Truth or Truth. I don't think Drake had any idea.
Luckily, I've only had successful Truth or Truth games.
I don't. Oh, you're horrible at Truth or Truth. Yeah, Rory's a piece of shit. He's a.
No, I'm really good at it.
Oh, you're probably a little too good. Yeah, it's horrible.
We'll save that for another day.
Yeah, we will.
I think we used to in that story, but we'll save it for the podcast.
But Drake had no idea exactly how comfortable I was in that type of situation. And I asked pretty good questions too. That was a great game. And of course, what happens in Truth or Truth stays in Truth or Truth. So I won't reveal any of that. And what I'm saying about him and Nicki has nothing to do with that game. Let me be very clear. But instinctually, as humans, when two attractive people are automatically assumed to have been sexually active with one another.
Yeah.
And the second that you find out that is wrong, the first question that people ask is, well, why not? So you take Drake, you take Nicki, you take their success, you take the amount of time that they've been around each other, you take the fact that they're label mates, you take the fact that they are, neither one of them are ugly people. I just would guess that something has happened or been close to happening at some point in life.
My guess would be that they have a text relationship. He tries it a lot, and she flirts back.
And clearly, what I got from 5 p.m. in New York is that clearly they are close.
Yeah.
Like that whole shit he spit about fucking Nicki and I'm not talking how he felt about it. He clearly was affected, and when you're affected, you care, and you are, I would assume that you are pretty close to someone.
Yeah.
So I mean, whatever. I'm spending too much time on that too. But back to Safari. That diss record, right? From that diss record, and again, I have no information here because I don't know shit about shit. I could hear him writing some of Nicki's shit.
Yeah,
of course.
I'm sure he's contributed, helped.
And I don't know if Nicki's been
this contribute word collaborator. Oh my god, what were you saying?
I totally forgot the fuck I said. Oh yeah, they were around each other for so long. They started out in a group together,
right?
And I think she's been not vocal, but kind of made it sound like he's helped me out before.
Yeah, his delivery is just bad.
Yeah, he's not a good rapper.
And
himself.
her delivery is top notch.
Well, it's also
excellent.
Similar to Quentin Miller and Drake, because that 10 Bands record that Quentin Miller did was
super trash.
Awful.
Yeah.
That's a very good comparison.
And Drake's
delivery is
it speaks
A1,
to their artistry.
Top notch. Yeah, Drake and Nicki both are two of the better executors
Yeah.
That we have in this game. I don't think I'm far-fetched in saying that. What am I missing here? All right, because I want to get off this because I don't. This was fun. But
I'm sure this will stir up.
I have been consumed in
bullshit.
this for about. I don't give a fuck. I rap better than people.
Say that then.
What do
I was a contributor to All Love Lost, by the way. My name is in the credits.
A contributor.
Is it really?
A collaborator.
I was in the studio.
Yeah, these fucking words, man.
So
People
give me a
are
point
funny.
on the album.
Yeah, you'll get a point, all right. What do we predict happening with this?
I am so unsure.
After nothing happening last night, I think Meek is bowing out of this, and I think it will diffuse within 2 weeks. I don't think Drake's going to release the 2 records that he has in the tuck.
Right.
I think this is just going to go away.
Damn.
I kind of do too. Especially if he's not going to release a record. What else? What could be done?
This would be too much fun.
Why won't they let him release it? That was dumb. I mean, not that we know that for sure, but it seems that's likely.
I think on Views from the Six, you will get a lot of subliminal shots at Meek, though.
Sure.
Why would we not want Meek to diss arguably the number one artist who goes gold in a day?
Because we'll make for good music. And you're gonna
I can see.
You're gonna let Meek look like a noodle out here because now he can't say shit.
I just want to know how this affects Nicki. I want to know how it affects Ross. Because Drake and Ross have collaborated a million
a lot.
fucking
Yeah,
times.
I mean, obviously
they was
we
talking
know
about doing an EP together.
we know where Ross his loyalty is.
No,
well, actually we don't.
No, we
It's
don't.
not with mathematics.
No, we don't. We just know what should be because of people's affiliations.
Right, you're right.
We don't know. We don't know. I'd love to know. I would assume that Wale is riding with Meek. Do I know that?
I feel like Wale's gonna try to stay out of it.
Of course he is. What did Wale have to do with any of this?
No, what did Ross have anything to do with this?
Well, Meek is his artist.
Yeah. Wale's his label mate.
Nah.
You not rolling?
Nah. Yeah, no, you can be label mates and still stay
true.
clear of all the fuck shit. But Ross has to protect his investment, or as best he can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I predict somebody, the behind the scenes people that are already chiming in will diffuse this.
Yeah.
This will be diffused.
Yeah.
Do you see them ever being cool?
We'll never hear another Drake and Meek record again.
Right.
No, we've seen the last of that one. Better enjoy Amen
And
Rico.
And evidence would suggest that Drake is a bit petty, so I don't see this being resolved either.
Right.
I think he's just gonna kick him to the side, and it's over for that relationship.
Drake is tough to diss, man. He's so successful that you better.
I'm surprised
My
Chris
thing
Brown
is-
never tried.
Man, he tried to fight him.
Well, that's no. I mean, like
can't
new
rap.
record.
I'm
Actually, Chris could rap.
Meek, knock it off. I'm not saying he can't. I'm saying
Well, I'm just
For Drake?
challenging his point.
fucking now you made me forget where I was going. If the you don't write your own shit claim is not gonna fucking chink the armor, then man, damn it, I just don't know.
Yeah, like I don't.
Because we don't care. We're still gonna listen.
Yeah.
Right.
Views from the Six is gonna come out in September. I'm gonna listen to it. Y'all are
Yeah.
gonna listen to it. We're all gonna listen to it.
I hope it's better than the last one, though.
Yeah, you weren't a fan
was not.
of
If
Nothing
you're
Was the
reading
Same, right?
Oh
No. I love Nothing Was the Same.
Yeah, that shit
Oh,
was
you mean
a movie.
if you're reading this?
I
Yeah.
mean, that was very mixtape.
Well, I was
Drake.
expecting a lot because Drake doesn't really have very many bad records, and I think there was a lot of records on that tape that
You know whose
could've been
fault
left
that
off.
is?
I don't like
Quentin Miller.
Trapper Drake.
I don't
Blame
either.
Quentin.
I don't like Trapper
All the
Drake.
records that Quentin wrote, I don't like. So
See?
maybe I should blame.
So maybe
Quentin.
you don't fuck with Quentin.
I just don't like Trapper Drake.
I don't, and I listened to Quentin on his SoundCloud, and I didn't like him there.
Quentin. Rory got a rant for you, Quentin.
Yeah, this will probably diffuse. It was a great week. Hopefully, it can continue for at least another week. The Petty and me would love.
I mean,
to see it.
something's gonna happen tonight. Whether
it'll be talked about.
even if he doesn't get in because of customs, Twitter's gonna have a field day with that shit.
Damn it! It's been real either
It's
way.
really possible that he's
Yeah,
gonna get in.
can Meek even get into?
I mean, I know
Canada?
that lawyers, can clear that shit ahead of time, but that supposedly happened with Chris, and he still had an issue. So
It happens with a lot of
trying
rappers.
to get across the border in fucking Canada, like them niggas are dicks.
they really are like
Well-
my girlfriend had a camera in her back seat, and they like gave her interrogation to the third degree, like as if she was a professional photographer coming to.
Speaking of which, I purposely left my passport at home and lied to my mom this weekend to go to Canada because I didn't want to test my warrants and end up somewhere for the weekend
Yeah.
in upstate New York.
Not cool.
Yeah, you're
Wait,
told.
you have warrants?
Yeah, he's
Allegedly.
so fake white, man.
What the fuck did you do?
White people shouldn't have warrants.
Ever?
Yeah.
I have a parking ticket, and I was scared to go.
I'm
but
telling you,
that's all.
one of these days, this podcast is going to be totally devoted to Rory and having an intervention and try to save his life and get his white privilege back. Yeah, I don't want Rory to lose his white privilege, man.
Word.
I agree with you.
He didn't want to be Snapchatted last night because he said he owes on his taxes.
Oh,
No,
my.
I didn't say that.
Oh,
I
that's
said
what
I
Carol
didn't want to
feels.
be.
Oh, so
on
she just wrote
Snapchat.
that. So she just wrote he owes that.
I had a lot of problems with the Snapchatting last night.
What were they?
I hate
snapping?
Snapchat.
I love it.
It's literally the worst thing. It's like disco to rock and roll fans. It's ruining the world.
I agree. That was a
fucking
great tweet that you
Very
had.
drastic.
I hate Snapchat.
Why do you hate it? I know why I hate it.
Well, with Twitter and Instagram, you're capturing moments or you're tweeting about a moment. Snapchat, it's like
You're
it
capturing the
encourages
whole
people
thing.
to capture every last
Right.
moment that is none of their business. And people do Snapchat secretively. Rarely are they doing it like, hey, everyone look at my Snapchat. Well, from my experience, I don't have a Snapchat, but when I'm on them, I don't know. Someone tells me.
I hate Snapchat. Yeah, I do. I just do.
It's
like it.
it's just encouraging people to
You
fucking.
would.
I had like a
Capture
10-minute
everything.
drunk rant on Snapchat last night about boiling
Oh,
eggs.
Marissa last night, man.
I don't want
was
to hear about it. I don't even want to talk about Marissa at all on this podcast or last
She
night
was,
or her birthday or anything else.
She was quite
Which is-
intoxicated.
She's sitting here now today with shades on, looking like a fucking idiot. So, I mean, I can assume.
Yep.
We reading emails today?
We can read emails.
Do we have
and
any?
which, by the way, a very short rant pertaining a little bit to Marissa's birthday.
Here
and
comes the Bill Burr rant.
No, it's been yeah, fuck you. It's been talked about before with plenty of people. If you're going out to eat with a bunch of people for a birthday, do not look at the bill and try to just put in your
Itemize.
little what you ate, what you didn't eat. Just put in the fucking money. You're embarrassing us. You're embarrassing yourself. The bill was not that bad. You know you were coming out. Do not start adding up what you drank and what you didn't drink. Just fucking pay the bill.
Is that what happened?
One person.
One person decided
Oh, I have to know. Was it a girl or guy?
it was a girl.
Of course it was.
Yeah.
You guys can tell me off the
I
air.
don't even know who the fuck she was.
Do I know her?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely tell me off the air.
Yeah.
I hate
Just-
people that do that.
just-
And people that do that, they never add the fucking tip. They always skip a drink. The grab. They just yeah.
It was flat.
It was like
No one
90
had a
bucks
problem.
person,
It was
yeah.
$92 a person.
Yeah.
Everyone just threw their cash card in. One girl was handling it, which thank God, because I hate being that person
Yeah.
that has to do that.
Carol
so
loves
God
handling
bless
that.
Carol for that.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we're delayed. We're trying to leave, and they're like, "Oh well, someone didn't want to pay the 92 because she didn't drink." I was like, "If y'all don't fucking, I'll pay the difference. If y'all don't fucking knock it off."
Yeah.
All right, emails. If y'all want to.
Oh,
talk
also,
about
we
it.
apologize. Last
No, we
week
don't. I'm not apologizing.
It's-
Shit.
you didn't say it.
Oh.
Rory and I were incorrect about
Oh, we
DJ
were.
AM.
Yeah.
Want to correct
I-
that.
I do want to
He did
apologize
not
for that.
die in the plane crash.
I pretty much thought you guys were incorrect about
Yep,
that, which is
we
why I
were.
brought up his name, because I remember being with Travis Scott the day that, not Travis Scott, Travis,
Barker.
Barker.
thank you,
Travis Scott.
Travis Scott. Jesus, I remember being with Travis Barker when that happened, and on plane, yeah, no. But anyway, yeah, rest in peace, DJ AM.
Yes.
Yeah, and we apologize.
All right, my
We should-
favorite part.
We should fact check with deaths.
Yeah, that was a little drastic.
Yeah. Y'all, I don't. You guys are fucking. This is what happens when I deal
you
with the
killed
fucking-
Eddie Murphy on Twitter. Fuck you.
Oh my god, I was literally thinking about that the other
I didn't
day.
kill anybody else though.
No, you didn't.
That's your response.
I saw your mom on Sunday.
Marissa, stop trying to sneak in fucking friendly birthday talk.
No, it wasn't my birthday. It was
Well,
Siobhan
it
and
was
Karan's baby
Still
shower
too close to your birthday,
that you didn't go to.
and my mom.
which
told
I
me.
want to talk
I
off
told
air
you I
about
wasn't
Siobhan.
going.
Huh?
I want to talk off air about Siobhan.
Why?
Because I heard some not so nice things, and I do love her.
Well,
But we'll talk about that off
Why
air.
would you?
How could you hear not nice things about Siobhan?
Yeah.
That's why I was so thrown back.
Siobhan is not a not nice person. She's a great person.
Siobhan's great.
She is amazing. That's why I want to talk
Come on,
about
can we
her.
get to the emails? Jesus,
You can't
I saw
talk
your
about,
mom on
you can't
Sunday.
you
talk about a
already
pregnant
take long
person.
enough to read.
This one's long. This one's long too.
Oh man,
Yeah. Healthy marriage, but the game keeps calling me back. Bow Wow Hive. What's up, crew? I enjoy the podcast. Haven't missed an
shit,
episode.
that's a Chingy song.
Oh, I thought it was Bow Wow.
Oh,
Song.
yeah.
My
Equally as
God.
trash.
That's a great song.
It is a good song.
It is.
That's why I said
What do you
Bow
mean?
Wow.
I'm talking
Equally
about
as
people, not the
trash.
song.
Stop
Chingy
dissing
Bell.
people.
All right. Cutting to the chase. I first met my wife at a swingers house party, not swing dancing.
Oh
not,
my God. Where do we find? Who picks these emails?
Me.
I first met my wife at a swingers. Hey, just go ahead.
This might be from Gunplay. Not the rapper.
Oh, how is Gunplay?
All right. Not swing dancing, not a house party where Vince Vaughn movies is playing, but a house party with attractive people where an orgy can go down at the drop of a dime.
Interesting.
Funny side note, when we first met, she didn't give me the time of day until she saw me in action later that night with another female. We ended up smashing later that night during an orgy. The next few years was a combination of threesomes, interacting with other couples, and exclusive one-on-one dating with each other. All of a sudden, feelings get too strong, and she asked me to choose between swinging and her. I choose her. We left that part of sex life alone, and I met her daughter, who was 6 at the time. God, and we're one happy, really made family. Fast forward to now. We've been married for 6 years. From time to time, I still get the urge to walk on the wild side again. Recently, the urge became too strong, and I created an alias account on a popular swingers website and struck up conversation with females and a couple who lives not too far from me. We email back and forth. She talks about her fantasies and fucking other men while her husband watches and later jumps in so we can double team her. It's arrived to a point where they want to set up a time and place just to get this done. Part of me wants to move forward with this and see where it will go and get the lust out of my system. And the other part of me wants to delete the swinger profile before I hurt my wife, who I love, despite my vices and temptation. Any advice? P.S. The sex is great, and we do make each other happy, despite my recent desire of getting back out there with the swingers.
I'm scared that you're going to get into it, like it too much, and just fall right back into the life, and you're not going to want to let it go.
People are who they are.
Word.
People can't help but be themselves. If you're a swinger, you're a swinger.
Well, so is she. So can she expect this from him? They met at a swingers.
Right, that's interesting.
Yeah, but women are different. Women always get with you in hopes of what they can mold you into.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not.
Women never like us for us. They just want to change us.
That's true. That 6-year-old daughter, I'm not judging anyone's lifestyle, but jeez.
No, I don't think anything's wrong with it. If you're a swinger, you're a swinger. Then she did a very right thing by not introducing him until they were for sure that they were going to be serious, and she kept her lifestyle away from her child.
I had a first date one time at a swingers club.
Really?
How did that go?
What is
Great.
this like?
It was actually a wonderful first date.
Yeah.
We wanted to do something different.
Did you fuck her?
Neither one of no, we weren't going to fuck. We were going to people watch.
That's pretty cool.
To watch people fuck?
Yeah.
There's a lot of those in New York?
Neither one of no, we were in Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
She looked great and everybody wanted to fuck her, but whatever.
So do people just kind of like come up to you and like try? Like how does that work?
Well, we were walking around with robes on.
Oh, okay.
You know, we weren't next to each other the entire time. So anytime she was not next to me, they tried her. And they tried her some while she was with me. It's a swingers club. That's what people go there for.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it was
then,
interesting shit. It was a great
do
first
people
date,
do
though.
that often, though? I've never been to a swingers club. Can you just go?
Is there like lots of condoms?
Well, no.
Or shouldn't you be
no,
expected to be fucked if you're there?
Well, it was membership only.
Okay.
Oh, so she was a member.
No, we both signed up for memberships. Well, no, I signed up for a membership, and she was my +1.
Got it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how it went. But we didn't fuck at all. We didn't get naked. We kept our robes on.
Are there beds and things around? Like rooms, or how does that work?
There were rooms.
Okay.
No beds. But I think that's something everyone should do at least once. That was on my bucket list.
Yeah, I
did
would
it.
love to try something like that.
You should go. I'm not saying that you have to fuck or you have to change partners, but you can go there and you bring your shit, or they give you a robe. And it's a pretty interesting experience.
It is cool. I want to try that with someone. All right. Well, wait. What advice do we have for him?
Oh, I would just give up the game.
Yeah.
If you're married and you love her,
yeah, don't mess up a good thing,
I'd
bro.
give it up.
Maybe see if you could talk to her and see if, like, for your birthday, she'll be interested in doing some shit with you.
I would talk to her and see if she wants to get back into the life.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go do it without
Or
her.
just dip and dabble.
Yeah.
Best of luck, though.
That'd probably be an interesting marriage.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Anyways, all right, I couldn't help it. I was in a relationship with a girl for 4 years, gave her everything, my heart. She was into me as well, till she caught. People can't spell. That's not my reading. He spelled cough. as
Sure.
caught. Till she caught me watching Love and Hip Hop New York. What the fuck? She watched me. All right, this kid can't. This isn't my reading, I promise. All right. I was caught watching Love and Hip Hop New York, and she broke my 72-inch TV, threw it in my pool, broke my Apple laptop and my iPhone 6, all because I was looking at Tahiri because she was on the TV. She grabbed me and said, "You like her, don't you?" I'm like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Cops were called. We both got locked up for breaking our property. So she ended up pregnant and had my daughter. What? Who is this guy?
I'm not even dignifying. I don't even believe this story, nor am I fucking dignifying it or rolling with it. You was watching Love and Hip Hop, you saw Terry's ass, you had a fight, she broke the TV, somebody called the cops, and now you're in jail emailing us. Yeah, I know. I got it. Good luck with that.
Right.
Oh, yeah. That was weird. I should have read that one before.
Yeah.
All right. This one's long too. What up? Great show. Well, 20 of the 22 weeks anyways. First thing, all right, advice needed. So my homies have this friend who is really, really annoying. She's pretty insecure. Good job, Rory. And immature, but hides it behind a cocky attitude and flawed logic. My homies will tease her about something stupid she did, and rather than just say, damn, you're right, that shit was stupid, she'll try to justify it with some dumbass logic. After about 10 to 15 minutes of arguing her point, and the guy showing her hypocrisy, she just gets embarrassed and gets quiet, but continue to do so in the same stupid shit and argue about it again. I really wish she was confident as she tries to be. But anyways, there's a chick. Just get to the point. But anyway, there's this chick that my homies are kind of cool with that I wish would hang out with me more. I've only hung out with them like once, and she seemed really cool, no drama, and can argue her point as well. How can I talk my boys into replacing Marisa with Deani just for one episode? I should have read that one before, too.
Whatever.
I think they were explaining this podcast, and then...
You're doing a bad job of filtering these emails.
Well, this is today. I didn't read any in advance.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So
all right.
I was really just reading these.
So back earlier when I said, hey, are we doing emails? You should have said, well, I didn't get to read them in advance, so we probably shouldn't.
Oh, well.
Wonderful. That's what happens when you deal with millennials. Anyway, hey, Joey, how much time we at?
Got about an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, we ran our mouths too long. But I don't care because it's lit. Yo, all right, so I'll talk music briefly. All Love Lost out October 9th. Yep.
Oh, wow. That was
Okay.
good.
That's all the promo. That's the promo you get from Joe.
You're really good at promoting.
Whatever, man.
Is there any writing credits? Any features?
Collaborators?
Any help?
Nah. Nope.
Can we leak records right now?
Nah. Nope.
Who are you putting on the album?
I'm not telling you shit.
Okay. Is that what kind of animal? An elephant. Why do you have that as your background on your computer?
Oh, it changes.
Oh.
Every 5 minutes. So nothing? That's all we get for the album?
Yep, October 9th. Go promo.
Are you shooting a video for Bro?
Dog. Listen. Let's everyone simmer down.
Simmer down, yes.
Yeah,
Are we excited?
We're so excited.
Let's everyone relax here. I'm being bombarded with questions. I didn't really want to answer any questions, especially from YouTube people. I just wanted to promote and plug, since it would make sense to do that on my podcast.
Is Eminem on the album?
Oh my gosh, that'd be
You know what? I'm getting the fuck out of here. I don't have time for this shit. I'll name this podcast later, episode number 24. Here's to hoping that this beef continues between Meek and Drake for as long as possible.
And that he says your name in a diss record.
Well, he doesn't have to say my name. He's getting it anyway.
Well, that's interesting.
I think. Maybe I'll change my mind
No,
tomorrow.
I think you should do it.
I already started writing it. I already started. Might as well finish it.
Headlines.
We'll
Joe
see.
Budden creates diss record to Meek Mill.
I don't really like to do things now that other Safari and Drake, I'm jumping in the mix there. I don't know about all of that. I don't
It's
know if I
tough
wanna-
to follow that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Those dick print raps.
I just feel like I need to show people how to like make a diss record.
Ooh.
And
let
that's
him
not
know.
to say that neither one of these gentlemen
Yo,
know how to make a diss record.
Did
but
you just say that Drake's diss record was whack and that you could do better?
Headline.
No, I didn't say that.
Oh.
I didn't say that. But I mean, I just want.
doing your work
I want
for
an
you.
angry diss record, and I want more than a fucking 24 being spit.
Oh, I think that was
Well, get
just his
fucking angry
fucking
then.
shot.
Oh, I'm not angry. I feel great. Nothing to get mad at. I'm just mad Marissa's wearing shades and yawning. You really do look like pure shit.
I'm fucking sleepy
Anyway,
today.
all right, you look really bad. We
Thank
didn't get an update from Fish Place. We
Oh
didn't
my
get
gosh,
anything.
I was-
Won't be getting it this week. We're good.
I gotta.
No.
I cut him off forever.
Hey,
I
no,
said
we're
the
done.
most
We're done.
disrespectful shit I could ever say
We
to
can't
him.
hear you. We can't hear you. All right, we're cutting this off. One.
Bye.
Though the first thing Marissa